You won't believe what just went down on ALF Reality. UFC bad boy Jorge Masvidal stepped into total chaos as cameras captured a shocking physical altercation and the aftermath looked like a war zone. Blood on the floor, fighters screaming and tensions boiling over, but the madness didn't stop there. Daniel Cormier has now broken his silence, and his reaction says it all. Is this the most unhinged moment in Emma reality TV history? Hit play to witness the raw, unfiltered footage that's setting the fight world on fire. Before we dive into this wild story, make sure to hit that like button, smash the subscribe button, and drop a comment below with your thoughts on the madness we're about to unpack. This one's full of unexpected drama, real UFC legends, and a behind-the-scenes brawl that turned a reality show into a borderline war zone. Let's get into it. Alright, fight fans, you're not going to believe what's been happening behind the cameras of Russia's craziest MMA reality show, ALF Reality. This show is supposed to be the Russian version of The Ultimate Fighter, and while it was meant to showcase rising stars and veteran fighters in a structured competitive environment, it has spiraled into utter chaos. And now, thanks to leaked footage, social media posts, and insider commentary, the truth is finally coming out. We're talking about full-blown brawls, blood on the floors, UFC legends storming off set, and production crews allegedly throwing hands. This isn't just reality TV, it's turning into a combat sports scandal that even Dana White might raise his eyebrows at. Let's rewind to the beginning of the mayhem. The show kicked off with a lot of hype. It featured well-known MMA names, structured training camps, and the promise of intense but controlled competition. But all that changed when Nate Diaz entered the scene. Yup, that Nate Diaz. Stockton's own. Known for his no-nonsense attitude and a long history of real-life beefs in and outside the cage, Nate was brought in as a coach probably to add some fire and edge to the show. But what producers may not have fully accounted for was just how unpredictable that fire could be. From the start, tensions were high. According to reports, the contestants were told to go hard, train like they meant it, and give it their all. But during one of the training sessions, things went off the rails. One of the contestants who clearly misunderstood the line between competitive and disrespectful attempted a full-on takedown on Diaz himself. Now, if you followed Nate Diaz's career, you already know he doesn't play that. What started as a heated training moment instantly exploded into an all-out brawl. Nate's team rushed in. The other camp joined the chaos. And then, shockingly, members of the show's production crew allegedly got involved in the scuffle. That's right, not just fighters and coaches, crew members, people behind the cameras. What were they thinking? Were they trying to break it up? Or did they get pulled in trying to protect one side over the other? Jake Shields, a longtime friend and teammate of Diaz, was also there and immediately sounded off about what went down. Shields made it crystal clear that what he witnessed wasn't just a scuffle, it was dangerous. He publicly expressed how insane it was for members of the production staff to even think about stepping into that kind of physical altercation. According to Shields, that crossed every professional line and left the fighters feeling betrayed and completely unsafe. So what did Nate Diaz and his crew do? They packed their bags and walked off the show. Citing a complete lack of safety, trust, and professionalism, Diaz and his entire team officially quit the production. And who could blame them? When you're brought onto a show to coach and promote fighters, and suddenly you find yourself in a real fight with the people filming you, it's clear something is seriously broken behind the scenes. Will networks and producers learn from this disaster? Will other fighters dare to join shows like this after seeing what happened? Or are we looking at the start of a new, dangerous era where shock value trumps safety? It's a fine line between excitement and irresponsibility, and ALF Reality just stomped all over it. Let's not forget fighters put their lives on the line every time they step into the cage. But when they're forced to defend themselves off-camera, in unsanctioned fights with untrained crew members, something is terribly wrong. There's a reason why the UFC has athletic commissions, rules, referees, and safety protocols. Fighters may be warriors, but they're also professionals. What we saw on ALF Reality was the total opposite of that structure. And the fallout is just beginning. Will the show survive? Will Masvidal stick around? Will any other veteran fighter risk their career by stepping into that madhouse?